Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and bees of all ages. Level Up for Charity is proud to bring you its Wednesday afternoon to evening Streamer of the Week, your dude or democracy host. Everybody say hello to your very own Dylan, the dude. And welcome, both on Twitch and on YouTube, to Level Up for Charity. I am your host for tonight, Dylan the Dude, and boy, what a hell of a week and a half, 2 weeks it has been. Song competition, into an event, which featured another song competition. And now we are about to enter the month of May. Plenty of stuff to talk about, plenty of stuff to get on about here tonight. First off, I do see a Pats and I do see a Piz in the chat. How are you guys doing today? Sorry, right before stream, I took a sip of Coca-Cola and I coughed it up, so I'm kind of trying to rejuvenate my vocal cords right now. Oh, there we go. No problem, Piz. No problem at all. Just got back into Splatoon 3. See, you used to be able to call Splatoon 2 Splatoon, but you can't really call Splatoon. I mean, you could call it Splatoon, but that sounds more like a medical condition. How is Splatoon 3 upon a revisit in the year of our inky Lord and Savior 2025? I don't know why I didn't get into it when as much as I did too, but starting to get hotter. Yeah, you know, it's starting to get there too. We had to crank on our AC this week, and I'm actually streaming with my door open because if I close the door, I just burn up. Just the heat gets to me in here. Still mid, yeah, that's... I don't know why Splatoon 3 didn't grip me as much as 2 did. And I know Frank was into it, but I still felt like Frank was into Splatoon 2 a lot more as well. And he's like the Splatoon guy that we know here in LUFC, so it's curious about what Splatoon 3... eventually, I intend to play the Splatoon games again and just kind of do a revisiting of them myself. It's just Splatoon 2.5. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's really just a furthering of the Splatoon franchise. It's very... I don't know what you can do to make Splatoon 3, innovate again. Splatoon is that franchise that pretty much wears its identity on its sleeve, really hard. You pretty much know what you're looking for when you see a Splatoon game. It's not gonna hardcore innovate in any, real way. It's just gonna be more of the same Splatoon. Yeah, at launch, didn't it only have, its campaign and, the basic multiplayer? I kind of forget what else Splatoon had at launch. And now, Splatoon... We're probably not getting a Splatoon 4 for a while, so Splatoon 3 is probably just going to be ported over... Do you think they're even going to bother upgrading it? Giving it any upgraded functionality? I mean, they probably will, but I don't know, really... I don't know how big of a marketing thing that's going to be for them, really. Because Splatoon 3 is also kind of an old enough game that, I don't know if they can really make a lot of re-release money on it. I don't know. The Switch 2 is kind of weird in how they're going to make money off of, the updates. Because it's backwards compatible, but you have to upgrade your games to an extent. Probably? I don't know if they're going to bother doing that for 3, though. I don't know. 'Tis an interesting quandary about how they will handle the future of Splatoon. Well, it is 4 p.m. We have an hour of some goofy stuff I want to talk about, some event recaps, some song comp stuff, some future ideas for the channel. That's going to be, this is going to be Dylan the Dude's State of the LUFC address here. But we'll get underway with that in a moment, because we have a look back at the event to go through. We have a look back at the song competition. Asgol, welcome. So without further ado, let's actually kind of do that right now. Of course, if you can see above me, right here, we, by the end of our event, raised $500, and I know it doesn't say it, but it's more like $590 because of crowd control stuff, so that, $561, that's what we raised. So, what we did unlock through that feature, hold on. Let me order these in order. Here we go. As you can see, we will be doing Cake in the Face, which we have to figure out how we're going to do. Jordan will be getting a dog camera. And the crew will be having a Getting Over It stream, which is going to be crazy. That is going to be funny because we are all bad at that game, and Jordan and Music will have a competition to see who is the more bad at that game. So, we did not unlock me becoming a furry, my character being a furry. I'm not a furry, but we didn't make this one. We didn't unlock the Crew Name 500 challenge, the friend lock, the LUFC server, or it's Jordan Peach baking a cake. So, we did unlock at least up to there, though. So, ultimately, for a 12-hour stream that we originally planned to... Yeah, I know, right? For a 12-hour stream that we originally planned to have happen last year, but then, as Jordan has been transparent about, he kind of flubbed up a bit. I'm not disappointed by that. I'm very thankful for everybody that was able to do some form of donation. And even if you weren't able to donate, we just appreciate you being there. And a lot of you guys were very good about being there, including for a bonus song competition that we had. So first off, I would like to give a big shout out to your top 8 finishers here. Luke, who doesn't tend to, who I just saw pop up in chat, who doesn't tend to get a ton of top performers, managed to break top 4, which is a very impressive feat for a competition like this. Of course, myself, who doesn't usually do too well in these things, got 2 top 4 finishes here, which I'm very proud of. And of course, Dax, B-Pen, who doesn't usually compete in this a lot, Jordan, who doesn't usually compete in this a lot, and Rumpton all got top 8 finishes as well, so that's super good. There we go, make this a little bit bigger here. But, of course, Froggy Dojo becoming one of the, I'd like to say rare, but it's starting to become way more common. Froggy Dojo has joined Pat, has joined myself, Asgol, and Massive Data Corruption on being 2-time song comp winners. 2-time song comp winners. His first since the second competition, I believe. So, Froggy, congrats on his end. No, Asgol, so Asgol has won 1 song comp, but he has won 2 bracket comps. Just, unfortunately, the second bracket comp he won wasn't a song comp. So he's a 2-time bracket winner, only a one-time song comp winner, though. Yeah, so he won the Valentine's Day cute couple. Yeah, Asgol reminds me constantly that it is still a win, so I'm putting respect on his name. But, yes, so, and I want to ask you guys this, because this was definitely a different kind of competition. You know, we fit it into pretty much a 4-hour time span, and we had not 1, not 2, but 3 hosts of this one. And I just want to ask you guys this first and foremost. How did we feel about the format for this special event one? How did we feel about the the event, like doing 2 submissions, 3 hosts, like, how did we feel about this whole thing as a whole? Because I had a lot of fun with it, personally. Of course, this was definitely a more niche competition theme. You know, not everybody's into fantasy. And I think we had a lot of great submissions, but, you know, I unfortunately could not put Jet Set Radio in this mix. I could have, but it would have been voted out immediately. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I really enjoyed it myself. Might do things like these in the future as well, but of course, I don't want to overdo song comps. I love doing them, but I don't want to overdo them. So that's kind of a thing I'm looking here. Yes, I 100% agree. I thought it was really cool being able to just have kind of the best of the best in this one. You know, no fluff, just whatever people thought was genuinely their best. But even for having everybody with 2 to 3 submissions max, we still got over 64. Like, we had so many unique submitters that we still did have a ton of submissions. So, like, that is very impressive. We might do this format more in the future. I thought it was really good. I mean, again, I don't want to do it too much because I like keeping... I don't want to... I mean, and by not doing this too much, I mean, I don't want to have... I want to stick it to closer to, like... I don't want to do too many song competitions a year. Because if we do too many, then it becomes too much. And I like the idea of this. Dax, welcome. But yeah, congratulations to everybody who entered this, and everybody had good performing things. I think this was a great song competition. Yeah, I don't want to oversaturate. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But I had a lot of fun with this. This is going to be good. And, you know, again, shout outs to your top, especially your top 3, your top 8 as well. But Luke, who doesn't usually end up in the top 3 that often, myself, the same, and Froggy, who hasn't had a win since the second competition. Congrats to all 3 of those individuals, but also Dax, B-Pen, Rumpton, Jordan, even Asgol, J-Ray, Piz, everyone did good. So congratulations to everybody. This was, in fact, a fun time. This is a damn good top 8. Yeah, look at these tunes. Like, these are absolutely great. So, let's actually talk a slight bit here. So, obviously, I am a little bit outdated on my scheduling here. I have to update this a lot more now because we are now into May, and I now have a slightly better idea of what May to at least August will look like now. So I'm not going to fill this entire thing out on stream right now. But I will give a general insight on what we're going to be doing. So how did this actually go? This was... This actually went Deuter Democracy, Community Night, Deuter Democracy, Deuter Democracy. We will fill this out more over the next week, but I'm going to tell you guys, next week will certainly not be the song competition. We need a little more space, and actually I'm aiming for the song competition for our best racing games to end up being closer to race day. So I'm estimating Wednesday the 28th or the 21st. Well, somebody sees a tier list up here. That's what we're getting to next after some scheduling stuff. But anyway, before we get to that, either the 21st or the 28th is when we're projecting for the racing comp to happen. And I do want to ask this because I had someone ask me earlier. There are a lot of racing game soundtracks that are licensed music. I have no idea if I want to allow those and try to move this to an off-stream in Discord comp, like we're talking about doing for the real song comp, or if we just want to forbid real songs from appearing in, like, you know, licensed songs from being done in this. Like, it's not that I want to outlaw license. I mean, I'd like to have a VOD if possible, but, like, the thing about, like, I think with racing, there is enough stuff that's not necessarily, like, whatchamacallit, there's enough non-licensed racing tunes, but it was brought to my attention from someone earlier that if we don't allow licensed tunes, there will be, like, a 90% submission rate from Mario Kart, which might be boring, and I don't know if it's exactly going to be that drastic. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, hey, somebody was telling me there's so many. Also, I fucked up chat. Hold on. There we go. Now, I know. Yeah, and that's honestly a very fair way to do it. I mean, there's plenty of stuff out there. But that's where it's just like, I'm gonna be curious as to what submissions are gonna look like. Also, chat, where the fuck did I have you guys at? Because now I'm hating where I'm putting you guys now. Where do I put you guys? I put you guys right here, above me. God damn it! I forgot where I had you guys. I'm suffering from streamer brain loss. Yeah, I thought I had you guys on the bottom left. See, it's because I'm wearing a white shirt today that makes it weird because I can't see you guys. There we go. Alright, hold on, Tiny. Help me out here. Well, no, because then if I turn the camera, then it will have the same problem. Damn it. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk more about song comp rules and stuff as we get closer. We do have a little bit of time before that because we're aiming for the end of next month for it. Close to race day. Which, fun fact, guys, I found out that I am going to either meeting up with or having lunch with or something. There is a LUFC community member who is traveling to my neck of the woods to attend the big race. Yeah, I know, exactly, right? Like, Elm is traveling to my neck of the woods to attend the Indy 500, so I'm gonna be able to meet Elm in person in, like, 3-4 weeks. Which is gonna be interesting. Certainly interesting. Whew. Friends, yeah. No, when I got to meet Luke in person was, like, so awesome at the regionals. Like, I love being close enough. I love living where I live because I live close enough that I can, like, meet some of you guys, and that's really cool. Unfortunately, not California. Sorry, Pat. And also, unfortunately, not France. Sorry, Dex. And also not Brazil. So, Asgul, I do have a question for you, actually. Asgul, I have a specific question for you. God, what was their name? What was their name? There's a new band I've been listening to. Let me check my Spotify. Okay, yes, so I've been listening to a new band lately. Well, not a new band, they are an old band, but a new band to me. Rock. Asgul, have you ever heard of, and I apologize if I screw this up, have you heard of a band called Legião Urbana? Legião Urbana. They are a Brazilian rock band that I have been... Yeah, exactly, yeah. I have discovered them recently and have been listening to them a bit. And immediately when I found out they were Brazilian, my very immediate first thought was, man, Asgol's... I am thinking about Asgol because he is my Brazilian friend, and I wonder if he's heard of these guys. That was like my legitimate first thought. So I am very happy that it's not so obscure that you know him as well. So, but yeah, I have recently begun listening to them, and I have been really enjoying them. So I appreciate it. Awesome. Anyway. For another topic switch here, if any of you, so in our Discord, at !Discord, we have LUFC programming chats. We have one for Monday Mania, of course. We have one for the Mario Mania League, which just ended. Yeah, no, Brazilian funk seems very funky. Very gunky, I guess is the way to put it. But anyway, we have Destination Adaptation, Classical Music Song Competition. Thank you all for making that one of the most hotly discussed chats in LUFC recently. I love the hype in there. Level Up Dubs, Dude or Dare, where I hope you found out about the stream tonight. There's one programming chat that we have not used a lot in a while. And of course, that is the Mario Party League chat. Now, we have not used that for a while because, as many of you guys remember, Nintendo told us no. Nintendo said, hey, we do not really like the idea of using the software that you guys use for Mario Party League. So it has been very difficult for us to do a Mario Party League. Welcome back, Piz. So it has been very difficult for us to do a Mario Party League, and there was a bit of joking in the Mario Party League chat the other day that kind of reinvigorated chat in there. And, you know, there was a little bit of a discussion in there today about, you know, why we're not using... So, Asgol, I'm glad you said that, because I have the other day is when it started. Today is when it, like, continued more. But anyway, so don't be fooled, chat. While we have not been doing a Mario Party League, there has been internal discussion on other types of competitive events we could do to include you, the community, here at LUFC. So, I decided... Well, so Nintendo Leagues, there's a little bit of a thing there. I'll get to that here in a minute. But this is where I am going to reveal a couple of ideas to you guys that I have had, and we have not discussed these to the extreme. We have not formulated these, and none of these are currently on the docket. But this part of stream right here is where I'm going to kind of pitch some of these ideas. I have rough rule sets and rough ideas of these things for you guys that I want to get your guys' opinions on. And what's the best way to do that, folks? Say hello to the Level Up for Charity Competitive Gaming Ideas Tier List Maker. I made this like 2 hours ago. So, and any ideas that you guys suggest, we will just rank and put in text in here as well. But I will explain to you guys kind of what we have been thinking and get your guys' opinions on if you guys think these would be cool, or if you guys have any interest in these, or conversely, no interest in these. Because there's some of these I don't have much interest in either, but I thought I would pitch them to you guys. So, S tier. Stuff, please do this. Really want this. Cool. And no. There we go. This is the 5 dichotomy of man right here. All right. As you can see, I'm going to go over these really quickly. You see right here, we have Party Project League. Party Project League. This is pretty... Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. The Party Project League is pretty much the closest thing to an exact Mario Party League replacement we could do. Fortune Street League. The other probably most direct Mario Party League thing we could do. Fusion Frenzy League. That's appealing to mostly me. I'll be honest. This one right here is used to represent something else, and it is kind of a league and kind of not. And I'll get to that in a minute. So, I'm going to go over the positives and negatives of all these in a minute, too. This one right here, the Gamer Gauntlet, I'll get to that. The LUFC Board Game League, that's a fun one. The Level Up for Charity Trivia League is also one right here. Now, Kirby right here. This is the most not straightforward one that I see, and I'll get to that here in a minute. We have the Marvel Rivals Cup right here. We have the Super Mario Party Jamboree League here. No, we can't do Air Ride either, because it's the same reason as Nintendo. This is a little more abstract. Now, I'll explain it more in a minute. Our LUFC Speedrunner Cup is what this one is right here. This is speed running. And last but not least, the Poke-Olympics. So, we have more on here that you guys can suggest, and I'll put them in chat. But let me kind of explain these on a further level. So, the Party Project League. Yep, I will get to that. Yep. So, let's go over the pros and cons of all of these real quick. Party Project League. Pros. We pretty much have everything for it set up like Mario Party League. The cons. It would have to be run via Parsec. Youch! Parsec might make this pretty difficult to do in an organized competitive league format. It would be a bitch to set up. And you could honestly apply that to Fusion Frenzy as well. I love Fusion Frenzy, but God, like Pat said earlier, it would be kind of a bitch to set up. But the pros are, I think this is actually better than Mario Party. In many ways, in several ways actually. I think Fusion Frenzy is probably the best party game that we have on here. And I am absolutely saying that. Party Project would have to be restricted. Yeah, I mean, that's the other problem. I mean, that's Parsec, yeah. Fortune Street. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot that that was like... We would kind of need to do that on NetPlay, so that's also just kind of a no. Now that I think about it, because it's the same reason as maybe on a smaller scale. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's kind of it. And a game would, yeah, I mean, again, these are ideas that we've had that we're pretty much doing this here. But now, let me explain the more interesting ones to me. Well, let's start off with the Retro Video Game League here. So, the Retro Video Game League, in basic summation, the concept is, we do a season of, we get 8 to 10 to 20 competitors. How many people are interested in this? And And, of course, everybody would know before the season officially starts what the schedule is. But we take between 5 and 10 classic, vintage, retro video games. 8 and 16-bit games that are very iconic, but also very simple and competitive. And we have a different game each week for people to compete in. One week could be Bomberman. Another week, Pac-Man. Third week, Excitebike. You know, stuff like that. And pretty much your placing during those weeks determines how many points you get. By the end of the season, we tally up the points, have a playoffs. I mean, pretty much we use a similar format to the Mario Party League, but we just do it with classic games. That a big pro of this in particular is that every single game, so that's the key thing. We don't need to use net play for this. We could, for this, use things like scores and totals to just determine it. You know, we don't need to because you can't really have all these retro games going like at each other in real time. Like, it's not like every game has the Tetris netcode or anything like that. So the pros is that this is a very diverse bunch of games, and they're very easy for people to get. It's pretty much high score. Well, I mean, it's everybody competes, and you get your points based on the week. Gigi, welcome. Hello. And of course, every single thing on here is free. Everything on here is all on you. The only thing we need from you is commitment to wanting to do it. Otherwise, you know, that's it. And, but yes, Gigi, how are you doing today, by the way? The only cons to the Retro Video Game League, though, is that, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are boomers. Or not boomers, that are reverse boomers. That are zoomers, is what I should be saying. To where certain classic games may not appeal to them, and it might not be too popular. That's kind of it. We'd have to get a bunch of people that were definitely committed to it. And that's kind of the simple thing about that. The Gamer Gauntlet is a bit more of an invitational league, but it works in a... so what we're doing, Gigi, is, you know, we made a big name for ourselves here on LUFC doing competitive Mario Party League. Unfortunately, legally, we're not allowed to do that anymore. So we're looking for replacements. We're looking for different competitive leagues and environments to where we can replace that. And this is kind of like a tier list and discussion bit about it. Yeah, Nintendo's lawyers do not like us very much. So, going back to the Gamer Gauntlet, this is a smaller one. Gamer Gauntlet is where we have people sign up. And we have people submit games that they enjoy or are good at. And for everyone that gets selected, we take their games and we put them in a blender, pretty much. And whether that be seeing who can compete or who can complete a multi-world randomizer or a randomizer or challenges to games that they like before other people, like, it would pretty much be everyone plays games that they're good at, but with extra challenges enabled, and we see who can complete their objectives more efficiently or faster or better than other people. And you lose player to play. That is, well, I mean, again, that's some of these things. We would have people playing together in VCs and stuff when appropriate, but it's not a straight up one-to-one sort of thing. or a 1-to-1 to 1-to-1 sort of thing, except for a few of these, and we're getting to some of those. So the pros of the Gamer Gauntlet is that it's very personal and tailored to our community. And the games and challenges that happen are very specifically tailored to our community.
Boy, would you look at that subscription. This man/woman may or may not have used Twitch Prime or their means of money to purchase this for our channel. Thank you for supporting us.
Damn, I know it's been longer. I was the first to sign up back when.
Gigi, you, outside of Jordan and myself, you were the first sub we ever had, and it stinks that you had a break in there somewhere, but it is very impressive that you have still been around this long, with subs like that. But anyway, Gamer Gauntlet. The negatives, it's not the most consistent, because we have to come up with everything, and it's definitely the most open to interpretation. It's the least traditional of everything that we have on here, so it'd be more experimental. The LUFC Board Game League. This is where it does definitely gain back that as Piz said earlier, you lose player-to-player interaction. That's not this one. The Board Game League is entirely based on person-to-person interaction. We're just having everyone play games that aren't Mario Party, that aren't Nintendo-related. Now, the plus side, that player-to-player interaction. This is the most social of everything I think we have on this list. Unfortunately, some of these, this would either be on Tabletop Sim or on, like, if there's a free Monopoly or a free other board game app that, you know, people could use. Yeah, like, pretty much the point of a lot of these is that you don't need to pay a lot of money to do any of these. So, Pat, go ahead and send that to me in the safe confines of our Discord. Of our private chats, of our DMs. I would love to read that, whatever you say. Exactly. I mean, technically, yes. So, Toad, we put that on this list, and then we realized, wait, we'd still need netcode for it. And that would not make Nintendo happy. So, oops. But yes, Tabletop League, Board Game League. It's not 100% on Tabletop Simulator. We don't have to do it that way. But pretty much it's board and card games. By the way, Dax, I will check that out later. The negatives, again, this is kind of widespread and over everything, so it's like, it's not the most straightforward either. But again, I put it on here because I like the idea, and it's again one of the closest things to Mario Party we could probably get. Trivia League. As a professional trivia DJ, as a professional trivia man, like I am, this is legitimately my job, guys. Like 100%. I kid you not. I get paid for trivia. That is my main gig at the moment. One of my main gigs at the moment. So I have a lot of experience with this. I would have a lot of great ways to put this. This would pretty much be a expansion of Dude or Dare. Negative, not everybody is into trivia. Not everybody is into trivia. Unfortunately, that would be the negative. But for the trivia lovers out there, this is what I'm thinking of. Now, Kirby with boxing gloves. This is kind of an idea. Holy shit.
Whoa! That person gifted a subscription!
Holy
How generous
shit.
of them! And if it's Malum, get ready for this sound for 30 more times!
Gigi, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Including
that person
including
gifted a
Luke,
subscription!
Toad, and
How
Ezra,
generous
all
of
people
them!
in
And if
the
it's
chat
Malum,
right now.
get ready for this sound for 30 more times!
I appreciate it so much. There's a little heart shape for you. Oh, and Byron's here too. Yo, Byron, what's up?
Whoa! That person gifted a subscription! How generous of them. And if it's Malum, get ready for this sound for 30 more times.
All right, you gifted to 4 of the 5 people that are here. Nice. Unless Alpha
Whoa,
Outlaw's just hiding
that
somewhere.
person gifted a subscription.
So,
how generous
Byron,
of them. And if it's Malum, get ready for this sound for 30 more times.
I don't know if you heard about the premise of this tier list. So, in the Mario Party League
Whoa,
chat
that person
earlier today,
gifted a
there was
subscription.
pretty
How
much
generous of them. And if it's
lamenting
Malum,
about
get
why
ready
we
for
can't
this
do
sound
Mario
for
Party
30
League
more
right
times.
now. You know, the harsh realities of Mario Party League and Nintendo right now. So, I decided I had a bunch of these ideas that we have discussed internally or have kicked around a bit, and I'm explaining kind of what we've got here and kind of just gauging general interest, seeing how many people would be interested in these things. So, as you can see, we already put Fortune Street League in the no because we realized it requires net play and would just be painfully long to do. But we had Party Project here, which, is the most Mario Party League thing we could do. Fusion Frenzy, same deal. Retro Video Game League, right here. The LUFC Gamer Gauntlet, right here. The LUFC Board and Card Game League, right here. The Trivia League, right here. And now we are on this funny little Kirby, which is not a Kirby-related game, specifically. Let me explain this one. So, this right here is kind of a continuation. Yeah, right? I think it would be. It's just, it doesn't appeal to everybody, but to the people that it would appeal to, I think it'd be cool. Anyway, Kirby right here with boxing gloves. This is the LUFC CPU Draft League. Yes, you heard me right. The LUFC CPU Draft League. This is the least directly interactive game that we have here. So, what we do here is we announce the list of games at the beginning of the league. And everybody who enters, we do a draft, where they take a playable character from all of those games. They draft 1 or 2, depending on how big the games are. And we pretty much each week have a tournament done by the CPUs in that game, and pretty much over a span of 5 weeks or however many we do, you pretty much just it's pretty much betting simulator. This is like Frank would be super in on this, I'm pretty sure. Like, this would be like the game. Well, and that's the thing. It would be a variety of games. It would be like, it could be Smash. It could be Mario Baseball, like Mario Mania was. It could be Mugen. Yeah, Mugen. Fighting games would be pretty hilarious in general for that. It could be Mario Kart. Just stuff like that. So the pros, literally everyone can do this. This requires no direct skill. This is all intuition, baby. This is all your mental fortitude. The negative? It's probably the least outright competitive game on this list, to be completely honest. But it's an idea. It's an idea that Jordan and I were kicking around a bit. Marvel Rivals Cup. Again, free-to-play game. That's a pro to it. Licensed and pretty casual. The negative is the player base isn't super big in LUFC, and the rules would be a little bit goofy. But, it was suggested. It's on here. The game also runs like shit, yeah. I get paid to coach the game, and it's one of the worst running games I've ever seen. So it's like, that would be a problem. Wait, hold on, we have a hype train? Yo, hype train. I didn't realize we had the hype train 5 minutes ago. It just popped up for me. Now, I was gonna say, not a lot of people would be great at that one. Mario Party Jamboree League. Pros, it's the Mario Party League. Cons, it's the Mario Party League, but worse because it's only Jamboree. I love Jamboree. I think Jamboree is a great game. it would just be interesting. You missed the LUFC CPU Draft League, the Marvel Rivals Cup, and now the Mario Party League Jamboree Edition. Okay, so honestly, Pat, I'll read that more intricately later on. But honestly, that is kind of similar to something that we were talking about. Yeah, Marvel Rivals is the most niche. Yeah, Jamboree, here's the thing. You'll have a lot of people that love it casually, and then you'll have the people that are like hardcore. Like, we would have to restrict a lot to make this game super competitive. So, Byron, the biggest problem with the Mario Party League is the use of modified hardware to make Mario Party League work. We could technically do a Mario Party League using online, properly sponsored Mario Party titles. Unfortunately, that really only counts Jamboree. And that's the problem. And we still have to register for a license, but from what we've been told, that's not the hard part if you're doing everything else on the level. That would be the thing, though, is that we would have to do it on the level, and that means no quality of life cheats, nothing like that. So it's like, that is a con for it. And as someone put earlier, everyone that wanted to compete would have to get a Nintendo Online. You could do NSO for that, but the problem is NSO's netcode is not very consistent or good. Like, unfortunately, an entire round or game could be thrown out. And yeah, we were talking about negatives earlier, Byron, and that was the biggest negative for Project Party. So it's like, Mario Party is just hard to do. And there's a $50 buy-in for owning the game. Exactly. Like, there's a reason why Mario Party League has a lot of red tape right now. All right. This one right here is one of my personal favorites. These last two are probably my personal favorites. This one right here, the LUFC Speedrunners Cup or Speedrunners League. Yes. So, folks, this one right here. We have speedrunners. We have people that pride themselves on being speedrunners. We have them apply at the beginning of the season. Before the season. Like, we have people apply. And we talk, and this is where things have to be a little bit more, deep and tight in communications. But pretty much, we would pick our speedrunners. And we would come up with a set amount of games. And we would give them some time to practice these games. And pretty much our speedrunners would all compete against each other in these games. And pretty much with league rules, the person who does overall the best job at speedrunning over the games that are chosen by the end of the league win the cup. And the thing about the Speedrunners Cup is that everyone competes in the same games, but everyone also competes in multiple games. So, pretty much, let's say we had 5 people that were competing, like just as an easy number. 5 people who were competing. Each of those 5 people would submit a game, and all 5 people would speedrun it. And that means, yeah, one person is going to have a little bit of an advantage in one game, but they also have to consistently, do well in the other 4 too. Pros, very versatile, very competitive. Cons, it's speedrunning. Yeah, relay races would be good too. So, this is one of my, I told you guys, these 2 right here are among my most preferred. This one has a ton of potential. I love it. The Speedrunners Cup or the Speedrunning League, whatever we call it. Fix my posture for that redemption. Drink myself a little drink. Thank you, right ahead of me. It's more than a speedrun race, though, because it's over a season. It's not just one speedrun either. it's multiple speedruns. It really does prove people's ability to speedrun. It's not just who's the best at speedrunning one game. It's who's the best at the speedrunning as a whole. Who's good at learning a game? Who's good at understanding a game? Who's able to pick up on how to speedrun a game? Because everyone, before the season properly starts, everyone would have some time to learn these games, to practice these games. But like, say that we do that, where 5 games are selected, you have to strategize as a player, what games am I going to practice more at speedrunning? What games am I going to learn more of the systems of? Like, it's probably one of the hardest ones on here. It's probably one of the longest ones on here, or the hardest ones on here. But I love it. And then, my other favorite one here. Everybody, say hello to the Poke-Olympics. Now, the Poke-Olympics works as follows. This is a Pokemon-themed Olympic game. We select a certain number of events for people to compete in. And whether this is individuals or if we want to have people forming teams, that's another interesting thing we can do with this. But pretty much, we take X amount of Pokemon-related challenges, including but not limited to Pokemon battling, Pokemon catching, like in the games, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 minigames. Just so many different Pokemon-related events. People sign up for and compete in the events that they want to compete in. They're not mandated to compete in any or all games. People just sign up and compete in the ones that they want to. And you pretty much compete for medals. And it's pretty much just like the Olympics. The winning team, which, is limited to how many people. And there would be a draft league component in the Poke-Olympics. Like, there would be one medal for draft. Like, pretty much, we take a bunch of Pokemon-related events, and you get awarded medals, gold, silver, bronze, for competing. Yeah, Alpha's pretty goated. Look at this. So many fun games here. But yes, so the Poke-Olympics, the plus side. Team-based, so that there's not any, you're not obligated to play or participate every single week. So for scheduling, this is great for people. And there's something in it for everybody. The cons. It's Pokemon specific, so unfortunately, if you're not a Pokemon person, it doesn't appeal to you too much. And it's not as one-to-one in the competitive thing, although it also is. So it's one of those odder ones as well. So now that we've kind of gone over every one of these, let's kind of talk about what do we like, what do we not like. I'm gonna start off with ones that I personally think, and you guys tell me if we agree or not. It's definitely more possible. The Marvel Rivals thing is definitely more possible than stuff that would be in the no category, but I don't think the hype is there for it. I think it'd be eh. Project Party, I don't know where to put it because I know people would love to do it, but the pain would be it. And yeah, now Song Comp is well beloved. Yeah, I'd say it's too much hassle. I'd say it's way too much of a hassle. Okay, so I'm hearing races are pretty popular. Do we all like the idea of races? Because I kind of like it up there. I'm seeing a lot of enjoyment for the races. No, I know Mario Party, or I know Fusion Frenzy is not a Mario Party clone. I am a huge fan of Fusion Frenzy. I've played this game a ton as a kid. I love it. Unfortunately, it's also probably not going to be in like these top 2 ones, but I wanted to put it on here in general. The CPU one seems to be getting a lot of praise as well. Do we... It wouldn't work well, I know. I'm gonna put it in no, but I just want to let it live a little longer. Is this a is this a top tier one? A tier? That's what I was thinking. Like it's good. I like this one. I really like this one too. Yeah, at least A tier for the CP. See, for me, Fusion Frenzy would be up here. Realistically, I know it's probably here because it's hard to run. Okay, so we have... I'm also going to say... Jamboree's going to be I think. I think is a good place for Jamboree because that's just like the level of excitement people have here. So Typh, this right here is actually, so Party Project itself, like as a full league, no. But this right here is the LUFC CPU Draft League. So Party Project could be one of the games featured in this. So honestly, that's kind of a great idea. I'm actually really on board with that. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, okay. That reaffirms my decision in this perfectly. Anyway, the 5 that are left, just to refresh you guys. The LUFC Retro Game League, right here. The LUFC Gamer Gauntlet, right here. The LUFC Board and Card Game League is right here. The LUFC Trivia League is right here. And the LUFC Poke-Olympics is this last one. Does anyone have any questions about the 5 that are remaining? Retro and B tier? B Dylan. Yeah, I think those are fair. See, I don't think any of these are less than B tier. I think these other ones all have legs. For me, personally, this is kind of how I see it, at least. Because these are both very fun, and you can swap them around, but, like, I don't see any of these being less than B tier. So, we have thought about these. Logistics, we have thought about these. Here's the thing about a lot of these things, like the board and card game league, the CPU tournament league, the Poke-Olympics. Like, logistically, these are no different, or at the very least, are no harder than the Mario Party League. Like, if we were able to get the Mario Party League going, the logistics for anything up here is no problem. Like, if we got people, if we got 20 people together over a weekend, every weekend for 10 weeks straight to do Mario Party League, we can absolutely do the same or less for all of these. So, to varying levels. Some of these things we've had long conversations about. Some of these things we have just thrown out as ideas. We have thought about these to varying degrees. However, I will say, for everything from for the Speedrunner Cup, Poke-Olympics, LUFC, CPU Draft League, Board and Card Game, Retro Olympics, Gamer Gauntlet, and Trivia, These are all ones that we have at least partially written out rules for. These are things that we partially have at the very least thought about how to do. So, the CPU and board and card game league. All right. I like seeing those. Where do we want to put Trivia League? Is Trivia a S, A, or B tier? Or is it C or D tier? Where does Trivia, pretty much game show league, where does that fall? B? That sounds about right to me. Yeah, one of these two. I'll put it in B for now. It's about on the same level as the Gamer Gauntlet. Yeah, A to B. Yeah. So, I will read, because I did get a few people sending me stuff throughout stream. We will talk about that later, because I do gotta get into the gameplay of the game we're playing tonight. Well, and Byron, I don't know if you know this, but I am paid for trivia. Like, I host trivia 3 times a week, every week, and I get paid for it. I am a professional trivia man. So I absolutely have a system for this. I would adapt it from my work system, and we would be so good for it. And more trivia, yeah, more trivia tricks. That would definitely be a part of it. But all right, this is kind of what I was looking for, Things that don't work on a technical level down here. Things that work but would be gambling right here. Potato gambling and trivia tricks, yep. So trivia tricks is the dev is in our server. Yeah, and I think both of these have, I think everything from cool and above can be a tier up if done right. Look, I love Fusion Frenzy. I wish it could work. It won't, but I wish it could. So the thing about the CPU League is that it would be more than one game over the season. Like, it would be... Yeah, like, you could do tournaments just for Party Project and whatnot, too. Like, we have 2 or 3 different ideas of how that works. Like, we've pitched this idea around a bit, and honestly, it was the pitching of this idea that I think led to more or less the Mario Mania League. Like, it was discussions of this that inspired Jordan. So, like, I think we could probably... Like, this would be cool. This would be fun. I see a lot of potential in this. The Poke Olympics and Speedrunner, we have had, like, extensive discussions about these. To the point of where, like, if we said pull the trigger, we could pull the trigger on them in, like, June. Amiibo League would be similar to this, yeah, like we have had discussions about these top 3 extensively. We've had a good chunk of discussion around these 3, and then everything else. Like, this kind of tier list out in the way that you expect it to. Like, for how much work we've put into stuff, going down to stuff that we just know we couldn't do. Yeah, the only thing about Amiibo League that doesn't sit right with me is that... I have a bunch of Amiibo. I have a whole Amiibo collection, so we could do it. But that means I'd have to, like, get Jordan some when it's his turn to produce, and... Yeah, it'd just be kind of a hassle in that regard. Not Mario Party, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival League? Let's go. You can spoof Amiibo, that's right. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival Plaza League. Oh, that would kill me. That would take forever. That would honestly take so long to do. Because we'd have to roll every time. Oh my god. That's an event. That is a future charity event. the Amiibo Festival League. All right, though. Folks, let me do my snipping tool so people can see this. I will post this in Dude or Dare, just in case anybody wants to see it. But yeah, so, long story short, very long story short, we have not been neglecting our community in terms of the Mario Party League. We have truly been trying to find workarounds. We have truly been trying to brainstorm some stuff. And while we haven't had conversations that, I'm going to say, Mario Party League is not coming back in the immediate future. Not in the immediate future, but never say never. Because we do enjoy big community-centric competitive events that brings people together. And that's why a lot of these things have been discussed. And while Mario Party League was something that we're very proud of and has been such a tremendous part of building our community. And Nintendo has pretty much told us, hey, you guys can't really do this. And we get it. But we are looking for something to to scratch that itch in that same way without being reliant on Nintendo's tournament organizing rules. So we have been thinking, we have been throwing things at the wall. We haven't gotten, we haven't found anything that we all 100% agree on, but that's one reason why I wanted to pitch these to you guys here. Because we love feedback. And the fact that speedrunning, Pokeolympics, LUFC, CPU Draft League is up there in the top realms, as well as things like the Board and Card Game League, Retro Gaming Cup, Gamer Gauntlet, stuff like that. These are things that we pitched internally, and we didn't really know, would everyone else be as into this as we are? And I think with this list in mind, I can take it to Jordan and be like, so Jordan, look at what people said on stream they like. Granted, it's a small sample size, but I do genuinely think that these would be pretty well enjoyed in the community. So, we'll be talking about these. We'll be talking about these a lot more in the future. Unfortunately, Fusion Frenzy League is, come on, guys. It's Fusion Frenzy. Like, guys. Hold on, let me... Like, guys. Look at this! This is peak gameplay. Look at this, tanks! Kicking! I want to do some kicking. Okay, fuck Zach, though. Zach is such a little dick. Look, it's pretty much Mario Party, but not at all, actually. It's Mario Party if it wasn't Mario Party. Look at how stylish this is, guys. Look at it, it's so extreme.
Fusion Frenzy!
Come on, guys, we could do that, except we can't because the technology is bad. Oh, that was the original Xbox. That was the OG Xbox. Those devs are the devs of what? LCP? Oh my god, you're right! That makes so much sense now, actually. Now that I think about it, there is a lot of overlap there. That is okay, you know what? I get it now. See, even more goated. Even more goated. Fusion Frenzy League coming soon to an LUFC near you, 100%. All right. Now, with that being said, it is time to find out. We're going to shift gears here a little bit. It is time for Master Detective Archives Raincode. We are going to find out who is the murderer in our school cross-dressing life. Who really did it? And will Coconut Head live to tell the tale? We are going to be doing that very shortly. Update the game. Put this stuff down and double-click on Raincode. Where are you at, Raincode? Where did I move your thing to? There we go. All right, thanks for coming, Pat. And I will read your thing more in-depth because, honestly, that definitely has a good chance of happening, especially since that's something that Jordan was also advocating for. All right, folks. Yeah. So, I have a confession to make about Spike Chunsoft games. I will not be streaming Last Defense Academy. However, I am going to be starting Last Defense Academy very soon. So, yeah, it is not a stream game, I have been told. So, I am going to be just playing it on my own. Because, oh yes, no, Somnium Files, absolutely. Somnium Files is a game that is a lot more streamable, to be honest. And honestly, that is probably going to be a future dub game, or hell, it might even just be a future me game. It depends on how the folks feel about it. We'll do the Gumshoe Gabs after we find out, because we have one for Pikachu and one for you know what? I feel like I should probably start calling him Dasuhiko. He's earning. Again, I don't know when it's happening, but I do want to play it at some point as well. All right, he's Pikachu. Okay, but I mean he's endearing himself to me more now, but he's still like. Still fucking weird, guys. He's so bizarre. But yes, that has a goal. It will happen, I just have no idea when yet. And that's when I figure out my schedule for the rest of the year with streaming, we'll figure that out. And then they, them are so based, so. All right. So anyway, everybody, let's finish our second case. We'll have to make a poll afterwards, exactly, yeah, for Dude or Democracy.
All right, time to start over. Which route do you want to pick?
So we've already done... Shit, guys, you remember which ones we did? Did we... So, I have no idea. I forget which one we did last time. Earthbound is still up in the air in regards to dubs. I don't know if it'll be next, but I still have to discuss it with the rest of the Dubs crew. Yeah, this seems about right.
You want to go with how was...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Jeez. Everywhere we go is mega creepy.
God, I love the style
Is
of this
there
game.
somewhere we can take a break?
Rest wherever you want. In fact, you can rest for all of eternity. Anyway, how did the culprit get the victim to choose the glass with poison in it? The glasses were mixed around on stage, after all.
Would you mind telling me the sequence of events that happened when the glasses were shuffled? It's no fair otherwise.
I don't know about being fair, but here's exactly what happened. The Duel of Poisoned Cup scene began around 45 minutes into the performance.
These floors are
At the
immaculate.
start, the victim, Karin, brought the glasses and bottle from the shelf that's on the set. Karin then took out the poison vial from her pocket and poured it into one of the glasses. But the vial was just a prop. It didn't have any real poison in it. After that, the glasses were shuffled.
Oh, well, here we go.
Whoa! What's going on here? It's not like we're trying to find the lost ark or something.
It's all right. We can keep going by solving mysteries.
Right, now concentrate.
This must be it.
Do I land? Oh, I do.
Two people
All
on
right,
stage who took turns shuffling the glasses were Warna and Karin.
cool. Okay. Ah, shit.
This must be it.
I forget. Oh, okay, I was
First
right.
person to
Okay,
choose
good.
a glass was Karin. This must be it.
Ah! Okay, I want to see what happened if I got one wrong.
This must be it. Warna placed her mouth on a glass, but she didn't die.
So I imagine this part of the game, for those of you that played this on Switch, I imagine this part of the game probably also was a little chuggy. Like, chugged a little bit, because it feels like with all these, like,
only the glass Karin chose
everything
contains
going on
poison.
in the background, this might have chugged. Okay, yeah.
This way.
Really not? Okay.
I thought I was done for.
Yeah, quit being lazy and get a move on. Hey, are you sure that only the glass Cotton took had poison in it? Isn't it possible both of them were poisoned?
Warna drank from the other glass and didn't die. That has to mean only Karin's glass had the poison.
Then how did the culprit get Karin to pick the glass with the poison? Well, maybe the culprit wasn't after Karin specifically. They didn't care who wound up drinking the poison.
I'm not sure about that. I think Karin absolutely was the target.
We.
Whoa! Here it comes! Hey! This one's a cutie!
Tatsuhiko.
She's totally my type. Ah, my heart! I am in love.
Let me tell the truth. The culprit is Warna.
Seriously? Thanks for telling us.
You're so gullible. She's obviously lying.
You serious? That was a lie?
It's no lie. Waruna knew which glass was poisoned. Either the glass with the poison was filled just a bit higher up, or she marked the right glass beforehand. Knowing that, Waruna prompted Karin to select the glass which contained poison.
Prompted her? How?
Only the two of them were on stage. She could guide Karin through the scene. Before or after each line of dialogue, she could have easily signaled her with gestures or glances.
Yeah, that checks out. I don't think she's saying anything super questionable.
The glass?
Could this be?
I get it. We have to pick the right one. I'm counting on you, Yuma.
Right.
I don't think she did. Or if she did, I don't know if she... Unless she thought she knew which one had the poison and it was the wrong one. Like if she was told one had the poison and she drank the other one. The lights lady would have noticed. I'm gonna say no.
Why, pick that glass! I told you Waruna is the culprit! Why? Don't you believe me? Why doesn't anyone believe me?
Oh, wait, don't cry. I'm completely helpless against the woman's tears.
Shut up, simp.
Yeah.
But Karin filled the glasses. Warna wouldn't have been able to tell which one had poison just by the amount of liquid.
Well, how about marking the glass itself?
No. The prop master testified that there wasn't a single mark on either glass.
No, they were spotless. We can't let anything happen to the glasses our actors use.
No, really? I'm surprised you investigated that much. Are you sure you're a rookie, Yuma?
It was all thanks to your forte.
So it's thanks to me. I knew it.
Shut up. Shut up, Pikachu.
I didn't lie! No one believes me! Everyone else is lying! Why won't you believe me?
The Mystery Labyrinth is a reflection of the real world, right? Then maybe what she's crying about is...
A reflection of the real world.
Then she must have grown up surrounded by a bunch of scumbags. That's it. I'll warm her up with my charisma once we're back in the real world.
Pikachu.
That is exactly what a scumbag would say.
Desahiko.
Anyway, the two glasses got shuffled, right? So the odds were 50-50. Maybe she just relied on luck. If she hit her target, perfect. If not, who cares?
I doubt it.
But it's impossible to get the victim to pick a specific glass after shuffling them. Man, why did the culprit even do this? It's way too much trouble to pull off a murder in the middle of a performance.
That's it. Maybe there's a reason why it had to be done during the play.
Huh? What do you mean?
The culprit had to make the victim choose the poison glass on stage for some reason. If that's the case, there could be a trick involving the stage itself.
Wee. Murder.
So, now we gotta prove how the poison glass was picked. You got this, Yuma?
Yeah, I'll do my best. Here! This is it!
The lights!
That's right, the spotlight. The culprit used the spotlight to get caught in to select the poisoned glass.
The spotlight? How?
The culprit told Cotton to take whichever glass the spotlight hit first. As a matter of fact, Cotton's script had a note written in her own handwriting. It said, "Take the glass the spotlight hits first."
No way!
Okay, I think everything is becoming more clear
The
to
table
me.
was directly under the catwalk with the spotlight. So from here, you could see how the shuffling was done.
If you know that much, then it's pretty much solved.
It can't be me! It's not me! It's not me!
So...
It's not. It can't be me! It's not me! It's not me!
So I wish I could go back to the clues. Because I'm pretty sure...
It's not me! It can't be me!
Chat, who do we think it is? Just for those that don't know, who do we think?
It can't be me! It can't... It's not me!
Typh, what do you say to these accusations? Dami Mommy wouldn't need a motive for you. She would just say, ah, you did it. Literally, everyone else in this game, like, we're lucky Mr. Coconut Head is so on the side of justice and investigation. Otherwise, everyone would just be dead.
Someone who managed the lighting during the performance indicated the poison glass to Cotton. Kurane! She was in charge of the lights on the catwalk!
I knew it was you!
Whoa, what's going on?
I always thought you were gloomy and creepy, but I didn't think you'd actually murder someone. On top of that, you used the sacred props from our play.
I knew you'd murder someone one of these days. Why don't you take responsibility and just die? Everything would be better if you just disappeared.
Yeah, Luke, I have an idea.
I didn't do it. I'm not the culprit.
I have an idea.
No. It's not supposed to be like this. Why can't everyone be nice to me?
Reasoning deathmatch.
I'm not the culprit. Please believe me. I wouldn't have committed the crime. You're the worst, Kurane.
You used the sacred stage for murder.
You slipped the poison into the glass, didn't you?
Oh, okay, well. Ow.
You knew which glass.
Right on it.
Kurane is the culprit after all.
All right, here we go. I know it now.
I couldn't have committed the crime.
This Mickey Mouse sounding.
You're the worst, Kurane. You used the sacred stage for murder. You slipped the poison into the glass, didn't you?
There we go.
This is the truth.
Yeah, man, I think I know what the truth is. I'm just kind of hoping it's not the case.
Poison is neutralized after 30 minutes, but the murder occurred 45 minutes into the play. In other words, the poison had to have been poured into the glass after the play began. But Kurane was up in the catwalk even before the play started. She was up there the whole time, too. If that's the case, it's impossible for Kurane to have poured the poison.
Oh, everyone's gone.
Wait, what's going on? Kurane isn't the culprit? Didn't you say Kurane used the spotlight to get Karen to pick the poison glass?
Yes, but she couldn't have poured the poison into the glass herself, which means she can't be the culprit.
So that means the culprit is... I don't get it at all! I give up!
Well, the path keeps going, so let's think about it as we go.
That sword sure is sharp, Yuma. Can you cut through anything with it?
The solution blade is effective on anything inside the mystery labyrinth. Anger Master, and he'll cut you in half.
Don't do it, Yuma! You and I are pals, aren't we? My man!
My man.
I'd never do anything like that.
Yeah, I know that. I just had a gut reaction to what she said, you know?
Ugh, we could have threatened him into becoming Master's loyal slave.
What's going on here? It's a dead end.
It doesn't seem like there's a hidden question here. This really is a true dead end.
A true dead end?
It means you can't reach the truth just by answering, how was the poison glass chosen?
Those scissors are talking about Tatsuhiko behind his back.
Then it was all a waste of time? Well, they should have at least left us a treasure chest or something. Hey, Yuma, it's your fault for picking this route. What?
Well, reaching a dead end is expected inside a dungeon. Think of it as stamping out one possibility and move on.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, like
You're
Teru is like an
always
actual
right, Shinigami.
murder.
You change your tune
In
awful
Minecraft.
quick.
Not like actually in person. Like he murders the emotional vulnerabilities of the girls he hits on because he is beyond creepy. I did not say spoilers. I corrected myself. I did not say spoilers.
Let's head back to where the roots change. Time for a convenient magical spell.
Like the dude literally slobbers over women. That's not good for their mental state. Okay, so we've gotten 3 here.
Now that I think about it, wasn't that the third route? What's going on? They're all dead ends!
Look, Teru is a character that I
disagree,
probably
Shinigami.
possibly my least favorite main Danganronpa character. Like 100%, he's probably the one I do not like the most.
It seems that even though we tried to solve every how, we can't figure out who the culprit is.
Oh, come on! Then what was the point of our great adventure?
I've told you this a dozen times already. Even dead ends are precious clues. Because of them, you figured out that examining the murder method won't lead you to the culprit.
I see. So we're still making progress. Great work, Shinigami.
Anyway, we have to view this case from a different perspective.
I suppose that's your different perspective.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who your least favorite would be.
We're really walking on another side.
Well, if we keep moving, then...
Oh, this is cool. Kick.
Look, it's a new route!
Yeah, type. I would like to know. Just because, like, there's so many it could
Fair. Yuma gets to have all the fun.
Why are you jealous of this?
The question is, why did this happen? I guess we're on the why done it route.
be. So we do know why.
White done what now?
Based modern day Dasuhiko.
It's about the reason why the case occurred. Meaning, this is the route where we seek the motive. Looks like we need to focus on figuring out the culprit's motive from here.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I know cases
mean,
always deal with motive, but wouldn't it have been
Yeah.
better to start with this route from the
I think I
get-go?
still hate other people
we only
more,
know this route is important because
but
we cleared out
certainly
the
not
routes.
not really the best.
That's how it goes
by
when
any
it comes
means.
to solving mysteries and dungeons.
Oh, sorry, I guess that's how it is.
You know, that's fair.
Absolutely
That's very
right,
fair,
Shinigami.
Dax.
Let's keep going for now.
You know, Yuma would be a great Phantom Thief.
Before we figure out the culprit's motive, what kind of person was Karin anyway?
I mean, honestly, a lot of these
Was she cute?
mystery labyrinths are definitely
But more importantly,
Persona
she was next
Labyrinth
in line to be star of the theater club.
adjacent.
She was considered to be the best actress among the club's current members.
So the culprit was envious because she was so popular. They killed Karin so they could become the star instead.
No, I don't think it's that simple.
Probably.
Hey, who are you
type.
calling simple?
6 months ago, the leading member of the theater club also
I like
died in a
Mew a
separate
lot.
case.
I can also
Top
acknowledge that
actresses dying
she's
one
not
after
perfect.
Another? Is their club cursed or something?
The name of the student who died was Aiko. Her death was ruled a suicide by jumping off the school, but Kurumi doubted that was the case.
Kurumi, huh? She's alright.
All right. Anyway, I doubt it's a coincidence for people to die in such quick succession. This case may have been triggered by Aiko's
I
death.
mean, Teru's more
So if
of
we
a
find the truth
weird,
behind Aiko's
desperate
death,
creep.
Maybe we can figure out the
Mew
motive in
is
this
like
case.
one that
The truth behind Aiko's
gets her
death.
comeuppance mid creepiness. Like, people don't usually let Mew's things like go in the conversation.
Hey, look!
Is that Aiko?
Yeah, like
she's
nobody
cute, too.
criticizes
Let's go
Teru
talk
to
to her.
the length he deserves.
She's about to get a taste of my full and undivided attention.
Dasuhiko.
You can already tell women will be his downfall. Oh well, it's not like you're any better off with yours truly, Master.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. If a character does something creepy or weird and gets no comeuppance from it, that's worse.
Was that Dasuhiko?
What the?
Run, 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 run.
Concentrate! Concentrate!
Yuma, this This is bad. The ground's giving way beneath our feet.
Sorry, I just heard a very weird noise.
Yeah, I can tell.
Aiko!
Hey.
Sorry, that was
Catcher.
must have been Dax.
I love the tragic types.
No!
It
We're
does
trying
sound
to
like
figure out the
Dax.
truth behind your
What I
death.
imagine Dax sounds like.
Good luck, Master.
Let me go check what that is really, really quickly, because I am curious. In the meantime, though, chat, Jordan will be getting a dog cam, but he does not have a plushie cam. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and apparently what's going on, folks, is that outside they are mulching. They are mulching outside, and they have a big mulch truck. Like a super big mulch truck outside.
This is the answer!
Aiko's death 6 months ago was actually a result of murder.
This is the answer!
Oh shit, I was right.
Location of Aiko's
Let's go.
murder is the flower bed.
Oh shit. Shit. Alright, I got it right. She was murdered in the flower thing.
This is the answer!
The brick with Aiko's blood on it had
Sorry
a very
guys,
unnatural
I forgot
splatter
to
pattern.
click the button.
After the culprit hit her with the brick, they returned it to its original position.
answer!
Aiko's death was not a suicide by jumping, and Karin clearly lied in her testimony. Karin killed Aiko!
So that was the part I was
let's keep following
most
her, Yuma.
I was most convinced on. Like, I knew the most going into this. Which doesn't help me figure out who
Aiko's
killed her.
death wasn't a suicide from the evidence photos. Her shoes were neatly placed on the roof, but there was dirt on them that looked like it came from the flower bed. I think Aiko was told to meet at the flowers behind the school building and then murdered there.
So the shoes were taken to the roof afterwards.
The murder weapon is likely a brick from the flower bed. The brick with Aiko's blood on it had a very unnatural splatter pattern. If she fell from above and hit her head, the bloodstain wouldn't get cut off in that way. I'm sure that after the culprit hit her with the brick, they returned it to its original position.
But do you have evidence that Karin did it?
If Aiko didn't die from jumping, Karin's testimony makes her highly suspicious. She said she heard something fall and went to inspect it.
Yeah, like, stuff like
get
that
it.
is really cool.
Hearing a sound that never happened means she's obviously lying. Karin lied. And the reason why she lied?
She made it appear like Aiko jumped. If that's the case, then the one who killed Aiko is Karin.
She disappeared? Damn it! I can't even help the girl who needs it most!
Help her? She was dead long before you could help her. Anyway, this must be the roof Aiko supposedly jumped from.
Hey. Why did Karin kill Aiko? I thought an all-girls school would be more sunshine and rainbows than murder.
Oh, Desuhiko, you sweet, innocent child.
If a brick was used as the murder weapon, then it could have been an impulsive crime. So Karin might not have been planning to kill Aiko when she called her there.
You mean they were talking and it turned into a crime of passion? That's so cliche.
Maybe they were discussing their acting careers. They had a disagreement, and it turned to violence.
Well, if this caused the other murder case, then is the motive revenge?
Yeah, they weren't fighting over Aiko's spot. They wanted to get back at Karin for taking it away.
What's the point of one-gender schools? Okay, so I had this discussion with someone actually like a few weeks ago, Dax. One reason why people thought one-gender schools were like the ideal is that, and again, this is a very heteronormative take, but back in the day, people used to think that if you were not tempted by sexual desires of the opposite sex, you could focus on studying a lot more easily. That's super heteronormative, and as we have learned from years of single-gender schools, it usually doesn't it doesn't let you focus any harder. It just makes a lot more people either gay or bisexual or lesbian, you know, depending, of course. It has not it does not actually work the way that people thought it does.
Meaning the culprit is whoever cares the most about Aiko? Then which of the suspects is it? In fact, where do we even go from here? We got the motive, but there's still no path.
This is different from the other dead ends. I think there's a mystery around here.
Something must be hidden here.
I mean, typically your all-boy and all-girl schools tend to be religiously funded, but that's not always the case.
Whoa!
I mean, all boys schools are like it's still more on the one. It's more heavily stigmatized for the all girls side of thing for that reason Typh said, which is very old fashioned, very old school pervertedness. That's just yucky.
Hey!
Hey!
I mean, like, think about it this way. There are all boys and all girls dorms at colleges and whatnot, and those typically don't improve anything like that. I mean, I've visited a co-ed dorm, and it's like the most normal place on earth. Like, it's when you kind of overly focus on the all boys or all girls thing that that's very disrespectful to non-binary people or gender fluid people, but it's just a very weird thing to think about in the first place. Also, where the hell do I go? Oh, okay, I just do this, okay.
Hey, check it out!
Oh god, no.
Is that the how roots we were looking for?
We're so high up. When did this happen?
Master, look over there!
Look, I have witnessed a lot in my college years that is so antithetical to the no sexy time in college. New party project board layout?
What's that? It doesn't seem connected to anything else.
Which means that could be the Who location.
So the true culprit is over there then? But how do we reach it? It's not connected to any other route.
What, are you freezing up? Scared of heights or something?
Oh, it's not that. About those 3 routes.
Oh my god, he's an artist.
You carry that around with you all the time?
Of course.
Oh.
Who knows when I'll be asked for my autograph?
Do you want me to turn camera? Everyone say hi to Paige, who's off camera wearing a very artsy shirt. Can I have my socks back? No, I was actually gonna wear them. Thank you. Man, he is just drawing. Anyway, I'm gonna catch up on chat. Just chill hangouts and funny when we hear stories. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was not a degenerate in college, but there definitely were people that were.
Isn't it perfect? I'm just as good at drawing maps as I am at remembering a pretty face.
This is the how routes when seen from above, right? What about it?
Well, this is a dungeon, right? So maybe there's some secret paths in here.
Secret paths?
See? If you look at it this way, doesn't it all seem like the same road?
You're right. The 3 how routes are connected into a single route all the way to the Who room. Wait, all 3 are connected?
That's what,
it.
yep.
I think I've got it. That's the hidden
Yep,
truth
this is
behind
what
the
I
how
thought.
route. There's only one explanation for how the victim could have been poisoned.
What? Seriously?
Not bad. You finally made yourself useful.
Yay! Shinigami complimented me!
Tetsuhiko.
I love you, Shinigami! Wasn't I a good boy? I deserve a treat, right?
If you think you've got this, I'll back you up. Lay it all out.
Yeah, that one's funny. All right, here we go. Okay, now I have to remember how the hell to do this. I need to remember how the hell this works.
Try to solve it, lickety-split!
The only way to have the crime possible was having an...
You're wrong!
Was having an... Guys, what the... Guys, what the fuck am I doing here? I can't pause. I can't pause. Mario Party, right down there.
You only have 30 seconds left! Hurry up, faster!
Where is the CE?
That's not it!
Alright, hold on, I have to think about this. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Oh my god, that's such a pained expression from him. Let's see. Wait, do I have to... I can just start from here, right? Are you kidding me? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I have to go all the way back here. God damn it, okay.
She disappeared.
It didn't give me that
Damn
option.
it.
It only said go back.
Anyway,
Unless I clicked the wrong button.
I thought an all-girl.
If a brick was used as the murder weapon, then...
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. But, I mean, yeah. So, without being weird, victim blaming is never correct. As somebody who has had... maybe sometime I'll do a tell-all about my childhood, but, like, as somebody who has experienced victim blaming at a high level, like in personal life, it's kind of gross. It's kind of disgusting, really. Probably one of my biggest picadillos is the generalized concept of that. Alright, here we go. So now... Shinigami puzzle. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out. Okay.
are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
The only way the crime was possible was by having an... Nope.
That's not it!
Nope.
You're wrong!
Act.
Tick. You're wrong!
And...
That's not it! That's right!
Accomplice! Accomplice! No, wait. Crap. Okay, I know it. Okay, I get it now. Alright, time for more speed through, guys. Alright, catch you later, Piz.
Check it out.
See, I wish it would just let you pause during that. I know why it doesn't, but like, that'd be nice if it did. Alright, here we go. Alright, we got this. We got this, chat. I know the word accomplice. Alright. Get back over here, Mario Party. Alright, here we go. Okay, first pose hit.
That's right, accomplices. The truth of this case is that Yoshiko, Waruna, and Kurane were all accomplices and committed this crime together. This is what I thought.
Accomplices? But don't they hate each other's guts?
It's the truth. I realized it once you drew this map, Tetsuhiko. The 3 How routes that we explored were all dead ends. Each of them were suspects, but they were all ruled out because of certain details of the case. That makes sense. If we look at them separately, we get dead ends. But by connecting all 3 routes like this, and looking at it as a single criminal act, it clearly becomes one path forward.
They were accomplices that committed a single crime.
So that means they're all gonna,
This murder would have been impossible to commit alone. We figured that out during the How route. But if the 3 of them worked together, they could make it possible.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Time to Minecraft.
What's this?
I guess we're supposed to break the wall? Sounds like fun! I'm in!
It's all thanks to my help, don't you think? And don't you forget it.
You will forget it. I'm happy you will.
You're the one who's going to forget it.
Yes, see Shinigami.
Anyway, let's check it out. We have to make sure we're on the right track.
Zoom.
By separating the hows, the 3 of them divided up the tasks that needed to be done to pull off the murder. Don't you think so, Yuma?
Yeah, I think it's the only way.
See, eventually I did start to believe that, but it was not my very first assertion, which is nice. I love that in a game like this.
You sure sound confident.
Yeah, that was my suspicion too. Yeah, after the...
And now, there's a new problem to solve. We have to expose the secret behind their complicity. How exactly they cooperated together, and the timeline of the crime.
Got it. The timeline, huh? Then the first thing to discuss is...
Are you sure you want to take the how is the poison?
Wait, hold on. So if I have to think about it first... It would have to be how was the poison brought to the theater hall. That's the first one.
How was the
Let's start with the poison being brought to the theater hall. Their conspiring began with how was the poison brought to the theater hall.
It's a route we already explored to the very end, so let's blast through.
Hey, wait! The only person who could have brought the poison to the theater hall was... Yoshiko, right?
Yeah, the poison neutralizes after 30 minutes, so it had to be brought into the theater during the show. As the production assistant, only Yoshiko could have done it. Looking back, the reason they chose poison as the murder weapon was to establish an alibi.
The poison was only active for 30 minutes, which gave the other girls an alibi.
Yoshiko went to the lab for the poison as soon as the performance began. She had the extra glass hidden in her bag, and after she brushed poison onto it, she put it back in her bag and returned to her seat in the front row as if nothing happened.
The problem is, what happened next?
Yeah.
Ah, blood. That would have been Waruna.
Isn't this the how was the poison mixed into the glass root? Wow, it really connected.
All right, let's keep going and reach the truth.
Whoa! Again? Hey, you said Yoshiko handed the poison glass over to Waruna, but Waruna was performing on stage, right? How could she receive the glass while on stage?
The only time I can think of is when they turned off the lights. Yoshiko sat on the right edge of the front row close to the wings, where the actors enter and exit from scenes. She probably stood up when the lights went out and left the poisoned glass near the right wing. Even if she couldn't get on stage, she could at least do that within 5 seconds. Then, Waruna picked up the glass and hid it under her costume. The costume check happens before the performance, so she got around that by receiving the cup during the performance.
This is several years apart. I kind of understood it in Apollo Justice. Here it's a little
so they
bare
passed
bones.
the baton during the 5 seconds the lights were out.
I mean, hey, take from the goats though. Apollo Justice, one of the greatest games of all time.
But what happened after that? Suppose Waruna did get the poisoned glass. How did she swap it with the real glass while the play was still ongoing?
A few moments after the blackout, there's a scene where Waruna approaches the shelf.
I
It
appreciate
only
it.
lasts 2 or 3 seconds, but Waruna's hands on the shelf are completely hidden from the audience. At that moment, Waruna could have switched out the original glass with the poisoned one.
So they used the play itself for their seemingly impossible crime. Talk about guts. This is something only thespians could pull off.
You know, he's right about that.
Shinigami? Isn't there a safer way down?
Master, hurry up and break this one down too.
Right.
Apollo Justice was my first Ace Attorney game, which is very funny. Yeah, no, I did not play the original trilogy first. I played Apollo Justice, then the original trilogy, then 5 and 6.
Only a bit more. Let's keep going.
Wait, can't we take a break? This is the final one. It's the how was the poison
It made
glass
me
chosen
realize Phoenix as a character
From here,
is so
it's
basic.
exactly as we solved it before. Kurine told Karin beforehand to take the glass the spotlight hits first. And then, after confirming the poisoned glass from the catwalk above, the spotlight was pointed directly at it.
And that's the method behind the murder weapon.
Method? Sounds more like madness if you ask me.
That solves this mystery. We've almost reached the truth.
Seriously? That's terrible.
Huh? Why?
Because I haven't gotten Shinigami to fall for me yet.
That's not gonna happen, even if you stayed here for 100 years. In fact, I basically hate your guts.
You know, beyond the hate,
See,
there could
Typh,
be love.
I liked him because I didn't know any better at
It's
the time.
kind of like traveling the globe.
And it being
You and I
jarring
can
is
go
kind
in
of the point of the
opposite
narrative.
directions.
Like, I think it's
But
actually
eventually-
really, really great.
We'll meet.
That's a stretch.
Ugh, I feel sick.
If anything, I'm more critical of his immediate turnaround in Dual
This is the
Destinies,
last
but
wall.
even then, I forgive it. It's okay.
Master, are you ready? Let's solve this thing.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my
it
god,
fell.
Dax, that is a bizarre way to do it.
And Behind that door is the Who Room. We finally made it.
Like, I
time to
understand
end this,
why
Master.
he is back to original trilogy Phoenix, but I don't like it. I wish there was more done. Because Trucy just kind of exists.
Looks like all the culprits are here. But there. Why do they look so sad?
Boring. You call yourselves the final bosses of the Mystery Labyrinth? Then start acting like it. Might as well guard the truth till the end at this point.
Man, I do kind of feel bad for these three.
There.
Dual Destinies might be the best, to be honest. Dual Destinies is actually kind of fucked up. It's probably the weirdest one, but I like it a lot. Yeah, when I found out why that was, I genuinely was, like, kind of fucked up. Alright, giant Shinigami!
Let's do this, Master! No. Stop! No, there weren't any accomplices! Neither Marna or Kurne! Stop! There's no reason for us to team up!
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Oh, whoops, sorry, I picked the wrong one.
Master!
Yeah.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
You did it, Master!
Yeah.
Let's do it,
Alright,
Master!
kick, tackle, jump.
Shut up!
Boop,
Don't come any closer!
boop.
I did it all alone! I don't know about the others. Don't come any closer! There's nothing connecting us!
Oh, are they all just gonna be these? Yeah, okay.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
You did it! Great!
That's right.
Here I go! Shut up!
Wee,
Go away!
wee,
Stop telling lies!
wee,
Please! Leave me
wee.
alone! Shut up!
All of this whimsy before we kill three.
We have nothing to do with each other!
Alright, well guys, I'll let you guys guess what solution key is here.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Man.
What's going on here? I thought they hated each other.
No, that probably isn't true.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
If you put together the 3 photos they each have,
What? So they're all in the same picture?
that's the truth.
Yeah.
No need for mercy! Let's do this, Master!
Long jump Shirigane.
Stop it!
God damn.
Get away from me!
I know I'm making jokes to try to lighten it up, but like, this is actually very tragic.
Please! Go away! There is no bond between us!
This is the truth of the case.
Man.
This is just a guess, but you three weren't actually on bad terms with each other, were you? In fact, it was all an act to get revenge for Aiko. You all cherished the same picture with her. It was originally a single photo of you all together, with Aiko in the middle. You were all close friends.
And when you connect the pictures together, everyone is there, smiling. So, why?
Come on, we've got work to do before you get all sappy. Let's go. One more push and we'll be done with this labyrinth.
What would a hero do? A real defender of justice would defeat evil here and now and be done with it. But I'm no hero. All I want is the truth. And the truth is right here. So why go any further? Will solving this mystery really make anyone happy?
Master, do you sympathize with them? That's not something a detective should do. Your job is to solve mysteries, isn't it? If so, you have to expose the truth. You have to prove it in a way anyone can understand and anyone can see.
Yeah, she's right.
Detectives aren't defenders of justice. They're defenders of truth.
Defenders of truth.
A detective must never overlook a mystery. Any and all truths must be exposed. A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. It's easier said than done. Yuma, if you can't do it, I can take your place.
No, I'll do it. I'll take responsibility. I'll see this through.
All right, comic book time, everybody. All right. So let's see. We have note and script, brick. There we go. That swaps. There we go. Suicide by jumping. did Yoshiko apply to the glass? That would be the poison. So, you can spoil this for me, Dax. Is there one of these in the Last Line Defense Academy as a mechanic? Like, is there a comic book part? No, okay. I was gonna say, from everything I know about that game, it seems to be very different. I was gonna laugh if they kept that, though. Oh, not that, okay. This would be it then. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, I hope somebody submits this track for a song comp. This is a banger track.
Step right up! Step right up! A tragedy that struck an academy's stage. The death of a high school girl casting a shadow over 4 bickering theater club members. Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction day.
Yeah, somebody tried to describe it to me as Fire Emblem meets,
This case begins with Aiko's
meets it,
death 6 months ago.
and I didn't know if that was 100% accurate.
Aiko was thought to have committed suicide by jumping off the roof. In truth, Cotton murdered her.
The shoes left on the roof had dirt on them from the flower bed of the crime scene. The bloodstains on the bricks were also unnatural, and it was obvious that an amateur had faked it.
If it wasn't a suicide, it would contradict Cotton's testimony. However, she didn't originally intend to kill Aiko. It was a crime of passion.
So they got into an argument, Cotton saw red, then boom? Women are so scary.
You know, just because I want to. There we go. Another one for the Raincode thread. There we go.
Yoshiko, Waruna, and Kurane probably realized the truth behind what happened. The 3 teamed up to avenge Aiko. They used the dress rehearsal to commit this crime.
I remember when I played Tactical Breach Wizard, someone tried to describe it as Fire Emblem, and it is one of the furthest things from Fire Emblem.
Regardless of the reason, getting together to plan a murder is pretty crazy.
Yoshiko and the audience was to bring the poisoned glass into the theater hall.
Once unsealed, the poison was harmless after 30 minutes. So she went to the lab 15 minutes after the play began.
I mean, I think anything that's like a visual novel JRPG is linked to Persona. I think most other ones are typically just linked to Zelda. Yeah, exactly. Anytime there's a VN mixed with a JRPG, it's Persona. Anytime it's a JRPG that looks like that, even if it doesn't look like Zelda, if it's just like an adventure RPG, JRPG, it's either Dragon Quest or Zelda.
The poison container is too big to transport unnoticed, so she applied it to the glass in her bag with a paintbrush.
Thus, the poison glass was created. She brought it back to the theater hall.
Dax, when I finally boot up the game, if I say that to you, I'm just gonna send you the first message and be like, "Wow, this is a cool Fire Emblem Persona game."
Waruna, who was acting on stage, was to switch out the poisoned glass.
During the 5-second blackout 30 minutes into the play, Yoshiko placed the poisoned glass in the wings. Warrena, on stage, retrieved it and hid it under her costume.
It could be the most, like...
Then, in the scene where she approaches the shelf, she exchanged the glass there with the poisoned one.
Yeah, that's like a very verbal threat. I'll allow it, though.
Switching in the murder weapon on stage while everyone is watching? What a pervy exhibitionist!
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I would say that's the word I would use. Shinigami.
What's perverted about that?
Oh, see? There we go.
And Kurene, on the lights, would guide Karin to take the poisoned glass.
Then came the duel of poison cups! The two glasses on the shelf had juice poured into them. Karin and Warrena shuffled them in a way the audience couldn't see.
But Kurene, who was on the catwalk directly above the stage, saw exactly which glass held the poison. She confirmed the location of the poisoned glass and shone the spotlight on it first.
Karin drank from that glass 45 minutes after the start of the play. Winner, winner! Poisoning complete! That was so long! Good job!
Kurene told Karin of a change in stage direction, where the victim was to take the glass the spotlight hits first. Karin followed this instruction to take the poisoned one. The whole sequence of events for this crime would have been impossible for a single person. Their cooperation was also a means to conceal their involvement. But I can't shake the feeling that there was some other reason behind it.
A crime committed by ruthless criminals. Those loathsome culprits are... Yoshiko! Warrena! Kurene! It was you! Wait, what?
They may have pretended to always be at odds with one another.
It's not, but it's Claire de Lune. It's Claire de Lune is like the persona of French piano music. No, actually, that would have been Moonlight Sonata. I think Moonlight Sonata would probably actually be that. Although Claire de Lune's also up there, though. It's one of those two, for sure.
This is my answer!
Yeah.
Was there really no other way? Was there no way to prove Karin did this without killing her?
That's not possible. Not in Kanai Ward.
Yeah.
The Peacekeepers bend the truth whichever way they want to. The three girls couldn't get justice from them, which led to this crime.
But it doesn't make it right!
I mean, really, this just reinforces Kanai Ward as being the big bad of this. Society is the one to blame.
How long did you put on an act for this?
Aiko was our sunlight. Wherever she went, we were meant to be there with her. She was everything to us. We were together ever since we were young. Her dream was our dream. We were nothing special. But she called us her rivals. Those words encouraged us to carry on. But now she's gone. Everything's hopeless now. The three of us investigated Aiko's death. I used my parents' connections to view top-secret case files. But no matter what we did, the Peacekeepers refused to reopen the case. Because Karin's father is a big shot at Amaterasu Corporation. That's why we had to do it ourselves. We wanted revenge. Revenge became everything for us. And to get it, we pretended to fight amongst ourselves. We are actors, after all. But We don't have to anymore, right? We don't have to keep this up. We put on quite a show. Didn't we, Aiko?
Ooh.
This leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Then again, most cases do. But that's the end. We can finally return to the real world. I hope the girls open up like that in the real world too.
No, I don't think they can.
Huh? Why is that? Oh, also, where's Shinigami?
Right here.
Well, what do you think? Did you fall in love with me? I know you did. You must have, yeah?
I already told you. I will never fall for you. You are seriously getting on my nerves. You're annoying and exhausting.
Yasuhiko?
Did you think I was serious? I was just testing the bond between you two.
Our bond? It's more like a curse, at least to me.
Right. I was just testing.
Aw.
I wasn't serious at all. I didn't get rejected, okay? I didn't.
Oh.
All right, just calm
Oh.
down.
Anyway, let's do it. Time to exterminate the souls of the true culprits and destroy the mystery labyrinth.
Wait, Shinigami, do we really have to do this? I mean,
They're murderers. The reason why doesn't matter. I make my living reaping the souls of criminals. Because I'm Shinigami.
I mean, look, I think I would have cried at this case if Shinigami wasn't technically right. It's so tragic that she is. But, like, the three of them did murder somebody. She deserved it, but them's are the rules.
Bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth.
Yeah, it is. I mean, again, it's society. Society is to blame. Hi, society. And the sad part is that this isn't necessarily a giant departure. This isn't a giant departure from the Japanese legal system, though. Like, they have a very high conviction rate. Like, we kind of see this as, like, a lot more terrible because we live in a relatively just system, even though there are problems with our system, too.
When did you...
Huh? What the... Wait, what just happened?
Okay, well, now she can shoot
Hold
us.
on, let's all calm down.
Yeesh.
What? What's going on?
I knew it.
The evil murderers have been expunged once again! Oh, right. There's still one more job I gotta do.
Excuse me, everyone. The culprits behind this incident were Waruna, Kurone, and myself. All three of us conspired to poison Karin. The way we got her to ingest the poison was...
Yeah, like, I know why they did what they did, but they didn't do it in the right way, but they did it in the only way they could see
people have done
to do it. So it's just tragic.
But next time, it won't go your way. Remember that.
Did you see that? She was staring at me the whole time. She's gotta be in love with me. Oh, fine. I guess she can keep the piece of my love as well.
At the very least with this one, Desihiko, you can explain all of them dying away as, like, grief. Like, we were all guilty, so we all ingested poison and died ourselves. Like, that's how you can at least explain that in this case. But, like, there's some cases where that won't exactly work.
Hey, what's got you so down? All three of them just died out of nowhere. Nobody's to blame for that.
Oh, shut up, Desihiko.
There's no reason for either of us to feel guilty.
Seems like all the memories from the mystery labyrinth are completely gone. Master, we're in the clear. All three of their deaths won't be your fault now.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Yuma!
Kurumi! Aww.
Kurumi?
Thank you for saving me. I knew you'd come to the rescue.
Anyway, are you alright? The Peacekeepers didn't harm you, did they?
No, I'm fine.
Hey, Yuma? I don't want to get in the way of this tearful reunion, but maybe we should get out of here. It'll be trouble if the Peacekeepers come back.
Oh, right. Let's leave then.
Malding Shinigami. I love it.
I'll go on ahead to the agency and put in a good word for you. I don't really get how it all ended, but I have a hunch. Yuma, you did all the work, right?
Huh?
Guess he's got good intuition.
Looks like I won't be calling you Rookie from here on out.
Aww.
Let's keep working together, my man. Mind your manners as you walk your girl home.
Man, Desihiko is actually a bro right now. Aw, he's so cool.
Yuma?
Huh? What is it?
This tension. Don't tell me. Is this where they make babies?
Okay. Snipping tool, snipping tool, snipping tool. Snipping tool, snipping tool, snipping tool. Another quote for the thread. There we go.
Did something happen? You seem down.
Oh, well... Although the case was solved, 3 lives were lost.
Right. I didn't expect Yoshiko and the others to... Could it be that their deaths are related to your forte?
Oh, no.
What?
Wow, we've got another sharp one.
Wow.
Master, I hope you know this, but if you say anything about our contract... Oh, sorry for saying something so strange. I know I'm off, right? Even if that were the case, you'd never tell me.
Hey, Kurumi. There's somewhere I want to go. Will you come with me?
Huh? Sure, I guess.
Man. This is a weird position for...
Wow! What a nice view! It's like a secret hideout. I didn't know that Kamasaki had a place like this.
Please, help me save this city.
Save this city, huh? I managed to save Kurumi by solving the case. But I killed those 3 girls. I'm responsible for their demise. If I had let the Peacekeepers deal with it, at least their deaths could have been prevented. What exactly did I even solve? It's not a true solution if we can't save everyone. What I gained in exchange for my memories isn't some convenient, mystery-solving tool. It's literally the power of a death god.
What are you musing about? You can't reclaim the past, and you're not gonna get your memories back either. In the end, you just have to accept it.
Accept it?
Instead of believing in some vague thing like justice, just believe in the truth. They say there's only one truth, and there's only one type of person who can find their way to that truth. Detectives.
Even if I have to sacrifice others to find it, I should let so many people die for the truth?
Master, you keep going to extremes. It's part of why you're a greenhorn.
Yeah.
Seems like you still have much to learn under my guidance.
I mean, I get why Yuma's feeling this way. At the same time, though, it's like, they did do a crime, and not every crime is gonna be like this one. This is just a really bad example of, you know, the non-black and white, the gray morality of being a detective. It's like, man. See, Yuma's already a better character than... I'll definitely say he's better than Hajime to me. And I think he's better than Makoto to me. Shuichi is... It's Yuma and Shuichi right now are like are fighting for that top spot, because it's like... Man. And we're only on chapter 2. Like, I have a lot more to learn with
What is
Yuma.
the truth? Why did I become a detective to seek it?
Yuma?
Huh? Oh, yes?
I know I already said this, but thank you so much. You are exactly the kind of person I thought you were.
What do you mean by that?
You're my hero.
I'm no hero. I was just trying to expose the truth.
But thanks to you, I was saved. If you weren't around, I wouldn't be here today. That's why a detective who exposes the truth is a hero in my book.
Yeah, I mean, she's right.
If there were more detectives like you in the city, maybe Aiko's death would have been solved earlier. I'm sure things would have been different. Kanai Ward hasn't seen a hero like you in forever. That's why it's always been so dark here. So please, please continue to be our hero.
A hero. Maybe before I lost my memories, I was trying to become someone's hero. This time, there was a steep price to be paid for exposing the truth. But even so, the truth must always be revealed. I want to believe I can save someone. I want to continue being the hero she says I am. Still, I don't want to use Shinigami's powers again.
Don't act like you don't like it, Master. Well, I'm just glad you seem more motivated now. Oh, yeah. We made a promise, didn't we? I said I'd tell you about Kanai Ward's ultimate secret after the case was solved.
Huh? Oh, right.
Hey, you seem like you weren't expecting much. But that's where you're wrong. Just between you and me, I am Kanai Ward's only informant.
Informant?
Are you serious? A high school girl informant? I'm still a beginner, though. I started 3 years ago after taking over from my grandfather.
Oh.
And now that the Peacekeepers control the city, there isn't much of a demand for information anymore.
No wonder you know so much about rumors. Besides...
I haven't felt this nervous since I was chased by those Peacekeepers.
That also explains why the Peacekeepers were after you. If Kurumi is an informant, maybe she does have some crucial information about Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Alright, let's find out, folks.
So, Kurumi, what do you know about Kanai Ward's ultimate secret?
Well, it's likely connected to the top secret research that Amaterasu Corporation is conducting. I think it has something to do with why the unified government approved of Kanai Ward's isolation.
Top secret research? Approved the isolation?
Kanai Ward has always been a city centered around Amaterasu, but there was a lot more freedom in the past. People were allowed to come and go as they pleased. It became an autonomous zone, free from the Yuji's influence only a few years ago. The reason behind it has to do with the top secret research that Amaterasu is conducting.
But what is the research?
I don't know all the details, but it's supposed to be able to change the entire structure of the world. All nations and enterprises worldwide want it. This research is what turned Amaterasu into a major global corporation.
Oh boy.
And that research is being done in Kanai Ward?
I think so. It would explain why Kanai Ward's been isolated. It's so their research doesn't leak out. Research that can change the world? If that's true, it's some serious stuff. No wonder number 1 of the WDO would risk his neck here.
Do you know any more details about that research?
I do know a little bit. Grandpa risked his life to obtain one piece of confidential information about Amaterasu Corp. And I believe that somehow, it has to be related.
What do you mean?
Research to create a homunculus, an immortal monster.
Homunculus? Immortal monster? Now, wait just a minute. Are you serious?
I don't have any proof, but it's a fact that Amaterasu Corporation has previously researched homunculi.
Homunculi? Being researched in this city? Is that Kanai Ward's ultimate secret?
Typh, is that just a gay cloud?
Immortal monsters? Homunculi? It's turned into a fantasy story out of nowhere. Though, I'm sure not one to talk. That's all I know. Well, is my information useful to you? Although, most of it was left behind by my grandpa.
Left behind?
One day, my grandpa just vanished. He's been missing ever since. That's why I decided to take over where Grandpa left off as an informant. So, do you think what I've shared might help?
Yeah. This is huge, considering how I had nothing until now.
Really? That's great! I'm actually useful to a master detective!
About that master detective thing.
Look! That's where my grandpa used to live! That takes me back. I wish I could see him again.
Oh well.
And that's how you'll keep taking advantage of a high school girl, huh?
By the way, Kurumi, why do you think your grandfather disappeared? Could it be the Peacekeepers?
No, I don't think the Peacekeepers have anything to do with it. Grandpa vanished before Kanai Ward became isolated.
Oh, okay.
He was just suddenly gone. But I do believe I'll see him again someday. Master, forget about some geezer you don't even know. What about this homunculus stuff?
The homunculus research. If Amaterasu Corporation is still researching some immortal monster in Kanai Ward, it makes sense why there'd be such tight security. They fear the secret leaking to the outside world. Maybe it even has something to do with the great global mystery that number 1 mentioned.
Alright, I have an
Speaking
idea
of which,
about this.
What could the great global mystery be?
I have
anyway?
theories.
There's too much stuff we don't know, but you're one step ahead of the other detectives now, yeah? Guess that flat-chested Uggo is kinda useful.
Number 1. My theory is that one Mr. Number 1, voiced by ProZD, may in fact be said homunculus.
Maybe
Is
I
my
should stop
theory.
calling her Uggo now. I'll just call her Flat.
Still gonna hold on to that, huh?
My
Guess
game
this is
theory.
technically
I'm a
an
homunculus. I guess that technically is an improvement. Yeah, Shinigami is warming up.
You're gonna keep this info to yourself, right? It'll help you get ahead of the other master detectives.
No, I'll report this to everyone. This isn't something I can deal with alone.
Ugh, how lame. Couldn't you strike a pose and shout something like, I'm coming for you, Amaterasu?
That's not my role. All I can do is investigate Kanai Ward's ultimate secret just a little bit further. The rest should be left to the real master detectives to handle.
Bro, stop being so humble.
This is my fault as your mentor for babying you so much. You've become the kind of detective who only relies on others without trying to solve problems yourself.
Stop eating a napkin.
What's wrong with relying on others?
Thank you so much for today.
The pleasure is all mine.
I'm kinda hungry. Maybe I should go buy a meat bun on the way home.
You like those meat buns too, huh?
Yes, I love them. I eat at least one every 2 days. They're kind of the comfort food of Kanai Ward.
It does, Luke, yeah.
It's like I'm
That's what I was
instinctively
thinking.
drawn to them. Oh, would you like to join me, Yuma?
No thanks, I'll pass.
I see. Will we meet again?
Huh? Yeah, of course.
That's great! If you ever need any information, you can count on me. See you later.
I hope she's okay.
She's very
alone.
cute.
I couldn't bring myself to say, I'll walk you home.
Just say it. What are you, 12?
Oh, good job,
You
Shinigami.
sure you don't want to go back to the agency? Weren't you running an errand a while ago?
You're right! Oh no, I better hurry back.
Oh, Yakko's gonna be pissed. We are so dead.
Homunculus research. I still can't believe it's true. Does it ring a bell, Chief?
Unfortunately, I've never even heard of it. You sure it's not just some rumor?
The way Kurumi explained it leads me to think it's true.
Regardless, there's too little information. We lack anything definite at the moment. Still, it's better than having nothing at all. Well done, Yuma.
Thank you.
You're like a dog wagging its tail whenever you get complimented.
You were late getting back, but I never imagined you'd get yourself into another mess. Ugh, what the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on? He bit his tongue. That's cute.
I'm so angry, I'm talking with the lads!
I'm really sorry.
And your tail gets tucked between your legs whenever you get yelled at.
Setting aside how I nearly died of hunger and that Yuma needs to be put on a leash, you picked another fight with the Peacekeepers! That's the biggest problem here!
We weren't picking a fight. Besides, we got to expose the truth in the end.
That look on Martina's face was awesome! Right, Yuma?
That's not what I'm talking about! How can you be so relaxed?
There, Lisp Man. Please remain calm.
So, is it true the culprits in that case suddenly died? That makes it similar to
I
what
love
happened
these
in
guys.
the
These
Mailman
guys are
case.
great.
Moreover, it is also
dudes are
similar
amazing.
in that those involved in each case, like Desuhiko and myself, had their memories wiped. There are too many common traits to call it a coincidence.
The memories related to the case disappear. Perhaps it is due to someone's forte.
No way. What kind of useless forte would that be? Besides, no one here has an ability like that.
Could another master detective have found their way here?
It'd be one thing if we were anywhere else in the world, but we're in Kanai Ward. This isn't the kind of place some ambitious master detective could barge into by himself. If someone got officially dispatched here, I would know.
Anyway, why are you all looking so glum? The case is closed and we got new information. It's a fantastic step forward. It's springtime and all is right in the world.
Spring? It rains all year long here, and we've had nothing but trouble. Ugh! Just what the hell is going on here?
It's like the hand of death itself.
What's wrong, Vivia?
You know what they say. The greater the detective, the more often they encounter death.
Which we do every second of the day.
Isn't that right, Yuma? That does kind of apply to you, Yuma. In a way, you're like a death detective. Don't take it the wrong way. I mean that as a compliment. But even if it offends you, I refuse to apologize. Apologizing is too much of a hassle.
The Death Detective. You have a cool nickname, Yuma.
No way! I don't want a nickname like that.
Really? But it sounds so awesome!
It does.
It seems death has taken a liking to you, Yuma. That's one of your talents in a way.
Sheesh. I'll never understand this guy.
I'll figure out how to discipline Yuma later. For now, we need to come up with a plan to handle the Peacekeepers. You said this case involved Vice Director Martina, right? She's Director Yomi's right-hand woman. I heard she's both his close advisor and his mistress. I'm sure they're gonna make a move somehow. I don't even want to think about it.
What'll they do?
Well, that's one thing they can do.
See? This is what I'm talking about! Everyone, brace yourselves!
Are you serious?
This is so fun!
Fubuki? Fubuki, this is not the time.
The agency is sinking. Where is everyone? Somebody help.
Hey, Master! Snap out of it! Come on!
Kaboom! Oh, it sank all right.
Oh.
This is the bolt of judgment, the fire of purification, a supernova explosion! Hey! Who prepared that torpedo?
Unfortunately, it was I, Martina Electro.
I figured it was you.
Whoa!
That wasn't enough firepower! I told you to blow up the whole river and vaporize them, didn't I? Now it just looks like I'm causing chaos! Half-assed executions of the law are nothing but senseless violence! I told you to demonstrate perfect order! Listen to me. A clean and pure execution of the law is overwhelming, absolute, and completely blows everything away without a trace!
I'm terribly sorry, Director Yomi.
No matter. You are my beloved right hand. You only need to remain by my side.
Yes, thank you. I will forever be by your side to serve you.
Thing is, even though you're my beloved right hand, you still need to be punished.
Huh?
You couldn't even solve a case caused by a couple of brats. Not to mention the detectives escaped under your watch. But it's all right. Don't worry. You are my beloved right hand. I won't hurt you. I need you to stay pretty for me forever.
I understand. So, What is my punishment?
See this? It's a recent invention by Amaterasu Corporation called a high-performance presser. It can compress up to 50 kilograms of material and instantly turn it into a cube. Even humans can be turned into pretty little cubes.
Huh?
I'll keep you on my person at all times, so you'll always be by my side. You are my beloved right hand.
Please wait! What? You must be joking!
Hey, you! Take my beloved right hand over there.
Director Yomi, please wait! Please, have mercy!
Oh, Martina, there's something I wanted to ask you before you go. What's love? Take her away.
Director Yomi! Director Yomi!
All right! Now, let's go find the corpses of those detectives that got blown up.
Huh. Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Wow.
What's that? You don't know? I guess not, since you're still new. That's number one, the leader of the World Detective Organization.
That's him? I had no idea. Why would someone that high up be here underground?
There's a book vault here. It's a secret book vault that only number one can enter with his biometrics. It supposedly contains data from generations of great detectives, sealed books, and so on.
Ooh.
Didn't know that.
Don't even think about going in there, newbie.
I know. Wasn't number one carrying an old book just now? I wonder what that book was.
You're curious? Well, how about you go investigate? You may be a trainee, but you're still a detective.
Investigate? Me?
Kidding. Don't take it so seriously, Yuma.
Oh shit, we're on what? We're alive? Oh shit.
Huh? Wait, where am I?
Beats the hell out of me.
That's right. Little fight, but that's cute.
But weren't you by my side the whole time? Don't you know what happened to us? Like that time back at the Amaterasu Express.
I was only able to stay awake back then because we just made the pact and we weren't fully synchronized yet. But that didn't work this time. When you lose consciousness, my vision also goes dark. Actually, do you remember drifting in the river after the explosion? You almost died. Hell, even as a death god, I thought I was gonna die.
This is no laughing matter.
Anyway, because your biological activity stabilized, I was also able to wake up. Everything's a-okay so far. Now, let's go find out where we are. I want to go exploring so bad, my eyes are watering.
That's a bit dramatic.
Okay.
Where are we?
Well.
Oh my, this is quite nice.
Got a nice TV.
This is...
A big glowy thing.
This is...
Oh!
Say! Hey!
Cul-de-sac? Alright, well, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is the life of luxury here.
Who's there?
Hi there. Nice to meet you. I sure look suspicious, huh?
Huh. Well. We are absolutely rotating our saves. Okay, so you know, this might be a good spot to stop the main stuff. We'll watch
Someone's
this
dream on the
as
street
a peek ahead for next week.
An unrealized ideal is shattered. Like tears flooding the city. No one can be saved this way. Someone whispers. As they drown in a melted dream.
But we will do the two things we still need to do. The two, what you call it? The two, Now, we'll meet the masked man next week. But, actually, does he have a profile already? Oh, update. Informant, yeah, okay. But this funny guy, is he... Okay, so she's not dead. That's good to know. Or at least appear to know. Oh, hey, look, it was Aiko's birthday this month. Hey, it was Yoshiko's birthday last month. And no one else's. Okay. Okay, so we are first, though. We are gonna do... Alright, you know what? We'll talk to him first. So we can get to Gumshoe
Quite
Gap.
refreshing. A bath is like a fleeting dream.
You know what? Actually, we will access it from the thing. Yeah, I want to leave this for next week. There we go. Alright, so we got 2 Gabs, and then we're good. Alright, let's start with... Yeah, let's start with Halara. We know he likes baths.
Oh no. I got careless and ended up alone with Halara.
Hey, we're still here, guys.
I guess I should be the one to start the conversation. I'm the rookie, after all. But what do I say?
Do you feel awkward?
Huh?
It's natural to strike up a conversation when 2 people are together. Such is the mundane way of the masses. You're overtaxing your tiny brain to do so, aren't you?
Well, sort of.
Then how about you and I have a wager?
But I thought the chief said no more gambling.
The boss said it's forbidden, so you won't do it. You think I can be swayed by that sort of logic? Besides, gambling can nurture skills that every detective needs.
Okay, she's based.
I believe
They're based,
it
sorry.
will be to your benefit.
And what sort of skills
They are
you
very
talking
based.
about?
Instead of always asking for answers, why not figure it out for yourself for once?
Yeah, think!
Location.
A skill needed by detectives, which can be trained by gambling.
Gambling does, in fact, improve courage.
Is it courage?
It's true you can train yourself to be more courageous this way. However, that's not the true essence of gambling.
I see. The skill that can be trained by gambling is observational skills?
That's right. Gambling isn't merely decided by coincidence. For example, in poker, you can study the cards already in play, as well as the expressions of dealers and players. You observe all that, make logical deductions, and commence battle. How about it? Wouldn't you agree those are the skills every detective needs?
I get what you're saying, but...
When are you going to stop nitpicking? After all you made me explain, you will have to play a match with me.
But there's no way I stand a chance against you.
Not to worry. We'll do a warm-up first, with nothing wagered. I'm not going to hustle a beginner straight off the bat.
Okay.
But you will eventually hustle a beginner.
Yes, I beat you!
It was just a game of heads or tails. But still, you show some promise.
Does that mean I have talent as a detective?
Yes, you can say that for sure. Now the real game begins. First, let's wager. I think we should start with 10,000 Xian.
Right.
Oh, she is hustling. They are hustling. Damn it, I keep saying incorrect.
This isn't how it was supposed to go.
Don't be foolish. I lost the warm-up so you'd feel that rush, and mistake your own skill level.
They are absolutely hustling Yuma. This is so unfortunate.
It's rather obvious I did it on purpose. I let you get carried away and made you take a gamble against me.
That's terrible!
Aw, he got completely hustled. You picked the wrong detective to mess with.
I think that was a rather good learning experience. It's crucial for detectives to doubt other people's intentions, no matter the circumstances. I won't charge you interest for now, but you must tell me immediately when you've developed a payment plan.
Alara is totally ruthless.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown
Yeah,
closer.
by owing a sheer amount of money to them. All right, the other Halara. Tremendously extra debt. Okay, now we're out and about.
You got some nerve stopping me. There'd better be a proper reason for this.
It's about something you mentioned. You developed post-cognition just 3 days after joining the World Detective Organization.
Yes, but I still had the gift of psychometry before I joined the WDO. What made you want to ask about it?
I can't help thinking about it. Do I really lack a forte?
You have that coalescence ability.
That's not exactly my ability. It's different, sorta. Anyway, I refuse to believe I don't have a real forte.
Yeah, I don't adjust stream tags because I assume Jordan will do his due diligence and wipe them like most people do, but honestly, I don't see any reason why it's bad if Vito is in the tags forever.
So you want to find out if you do?
Yes, that's right. I figured you'd be the most knowledgeable about fortes here. if I have any sort of ability, you may be able to help me remember it.
That's no good. There you go again, depending on others.
Very well. That'll be 100,000 Yen.
Wait, why is that?
100,000? I figured Halara wouldn't do it for free, but it's worth it if it helps me remember my abilities. All right. I'm a bit short at the moment, but I'll pay you back one day.
Good. It's a deal. I will provide you useful information as long as time permits. Now, let's start with the prerequisites. Master detective abilities are often linked with original talents and dispositions. That is typically the case.
Linked with original talents?
Take, for example, a master detective who can hear the thoughts of others. Prior to awakening that ability, they excelled at imagining what other people were actually feeling. A master detective who can create electricity may have had a tendency to emit static charges before that. Oftentimes, you can catch glimpses of their power before their forte is realized.
Okay.
The prerequisite for my postcognition was psychometry. I was practically born with it.
Halara, you already started with such an amazing ability. But how did you manage to get it in the first place?
It's hard to explain. Superior detectives like myself cannot be measured by a commoner's logic.
Humble.
I see.
Anyway, this is about your ability. Once we figure out your strengths and talents, we could at least predict what your power may be. That is, if you have one to begin with.
My strengths?
It has to be what you know best. Think about it.
My strengths are...
My will.
If I had to pick something, I'd say the will to never give up. At least, I think so.
You actually said it out loud yourself.
I see. The fact that you haven't given up on your search for an ability is proof enough of that. A tenacious heart that never gives up. An ability stemming from that.
Sorry, my band group chat is blowing up right now with song stuff.
Perhaps it could have something to do with immortality.
Immortality?
That's nothing but my theory, though. Even death cannot defeat you. Wouldn't you say that embodies the concept of tenacity well?
They're right. This is actually...
That's true. But there's no way to verify if I am or not.
Incorrect. You just need to try dying once.
Huh?
Well,
Don't
you
look
say
at me
that.
like that. I was joking.
It's really hard to tell.
Well, that should do it. Time's up. I'll excuse myself here. Don't forget, you owe me 100,000 yen.
Oh, wait! Alara's gone. I'm beginning to worry more about my debt than if I can remember my ability.
Master, you and Alara seem to have grown even closer.
Yeah, absolutely. And with more debt. The higher the debt, the closer we are. All right, chat, we're going to end it out with whatever Pikachu has to say.
Such an over-exaggerated sigh. What's wrong?
Jeez. Why did you have to be a dude?
And that is a nice additional...
Huh? That was unexpected.
I had such high hopes, you know. When the chief said he was bringing one more in, I was hoping for a bright young cutie.
We are.
And as she saw my incredible heroic feats, little by little, we'd fall in love.
We are.
It'd blossom into a secret inter-office romance. Oh, nice and sexy.
Maybe not that far.
But instead, the chief brought in some dirty kid with amnesia. All my high hopes were for nothing.
You're pretty much a little kid yourself.
Tetsuhiko, you have no one to blame but yourself for that.
What? As a dude, anyone would have some hope. That's how dudes are. It's as common as not washing your hands after using the bathroom.
But I wash my hands.
Ugh. I hate this. You toyed with my innocent heart.
Huh? Wait, you're seriously sulking about this?
Why would I not be serious about this? I'm dead serious in my sulking.
This is a bit much.
I think I love Tetsuhiko.
I thought he was half joking.
He's so earnest.
Completely serious.
He'll be a pain in the ass if he keeps on like this. Maybe you should do something to cheer him up.
But what should I do? How about me?
What are you even talking about? Of course not.
I guess not. Well, in that case, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to get into a relationship with someone from work to begin with.
Well, I offered myself to him. He said no, so.
What? Come on, get off your high horse already.
Well, dating in the workplace is one thing, but I also think you're not fit to be in any relationship.
Oof.
What? No one knows how girls think better than me. Do you know how much I think about girls every single day?
Ooh.
That's not what I meant. Tetsuhiko, I don't know if a ladies' man like yourself could remain in a relationship with just one girl. So I figured you should refrain from that stuff, you know?
Huh?
Considering how
ego.
attractive you are, I'm sure you're better off having lots of fans. I think it fits you way better anyway. Did it work?
Did it work?
Yeah, I see. Now that you mention it, maybe you're right. I'm not that kind of guy, but I totally get that you'd see me that way. You know what? You're a good kid. Hey, let me know if the others pick on you. I'll come to your rescue.
See, he's actually
sure.
pretty
Thanks.
base.
Oh,
in some
I
regards.
guess we sorted that out. But I wonder if I can really get along with him.
Master, you and Tetsuhiko seem to have grown closer.
Look, Pikachu is winning me over. He is winning me over. I don't think that's a good thing. But he is. Hold on. I'm gonna end us with some good music here. Here we go. We do have Moonlight Sonata, the persona of French music. Alright, this is the music definitely to end out with, though. This deduction denouement is absolutely a highlight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our event over the weekend and for the stream here today. Tomorrow, we will be having Level Up Dubs. Friday, we will have our second to last Heart and Soul Link, Sarah and I. We are going to be taking on Blue, the final gym leader, and then we're going to get through Mount Silver, and next week afterwards, we will finally take on the man, the myth, the legend himself. That will be great. Monday will be, I believe, is Jordan doing more Kingdom Hearts on Monday, or is he officially starting his next game? Does anybody know? I know he was telling me what he's planning on doing. It's done. Okay. So I believe that means that Jordan will be... Did he announce what he's doing on Monday? to you guys? Did he say what the game was? I don't want to spoil it if he didn't. Okay, yes, he will be playing Beyond Two Souls, which, honestly, might be the queerest game Jordan has ever played, so I'm actually kind of here for it. I'm actually kind of based that he's playing a somewhat queer game. We love to see that from our token straight Jordan. Anyway, Tuesday will be more Need for Speed from Music Man, and then Wednesday we will have, next week will be another edition of Dude or Democracy, and we will be starting Chapter 3. So, until then, tomorrow, Level Up Dubs, Friday, Sarah and I will also be live, so don't forget to tune in for those next level experiences. Have a good night, everybody.
Fooville, or Kung Ooville.